You lived with your parents only on the farm?
Yes.
In the farmhouse. And did you hire people to come work the farm?
Sometimes there'd be a hired help, but that had to be at harvest time or something of that nature.
Right.
But if it was a threshing time, then that was like a big party in a sense. All the men would come in the house and some women would help each other. I mean, from another farm would come and
Right.
help the ladies. My mother tells about she went to help her uncle at harvest time, and she had baked lemon pies, and to have them cool, they were supposed to go on the way to the cellar, and down the steps and over a ways was a shelf to put them. She had 2 pies like this. She missed her step and lost her pies. And she felt so bad to think, all those pies for all those threshers. I don't know what they did, but anyway, she felt awful. For me as a child, I had a really good time. I mean, because I was all alone, and I had my uncles and aunts all making a fuss over me. And so I can remember being at, and maybe it was at the time of when Edith was born, but I was upstairs with my aunt, and I slept with her. But she had to go down and make breakfast. And so then she shoved me off to the boys. They had 2 beds for the boys. So there were 4 boys. And so first I went to those big boys, bed, and of course they entertained me. And then they got called and they had to go. So then it was those 2 younger boys, but they weren't so nice. It was, the older boy was okay, but the one that was 4 years older than I, he was kind of a spoiled brat, and he liked to have everything himself, so he didn't give me any special treatment at all. I can remember the second to the youngest uncle had picked a apple blossom off of the tree, and he says, "Don't tell Grandpa, because that's supposed to be an apple and he doesn't want to, so don't let him see it." But I had a coat that was kind of like velvet, but it was thicker than velvet, but it was plush coat, and it was purple in color, and so that apple blossom just, it has a little purple in the ends of the leaves, and he gave that to me, and it was a Sunday, and been there for dinner, and he says, "Don't let Grandpa see it, but it's just right for your coat." And I thought, for a little boy, 4 years older, that was a pretty nice thing for him to do. But it's funny what you remember about something like that, but don't let Grandpa know.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I remember you told me once that your grandfather's house had electrical light.
Yes, well, that was something special. But you didn't burn those electric lights all the time because you used up all the electricity. So it was kind of safe for when you had company or something special. And we went into the pantry, and then we walked a little bit further, and here was a bank of batteries. And it was just like, a slanted shelf, I would say, and just all batteries. And those were the batteries that did the lights. Well, but they had to be charged. And
Right.
as far as I know, I think it was with the windmill, and the windmill charged it. But a little kid doesn't know that much. But my grandparents also had a sink, and it had 3 faucets. Now, you know, we only know of 2 faucets, but there you had to have 3. And the cistern, one was for the cistern, and the cistern was to wash, water was to wash your clothes. Now, if that water was softer and was better for washing clothes, I think that was the reason, but there was a special reason anyway for having the water to wash the clothes.
And that would have collected from like the roof or something like
yes,
that?
Yes, the roof of the house. And it was a really nice cap on that cistern. I mean, it was nice cap to sit on. It was a smooth and rolled kind of downhill. And just nice for a kid Wasn't a very long one, but it was just enough just to take your time.